I'm Deana Driver, I live in Regina, and I'm a journalist by trade, and I like true stories, fascinating prairie people, unsung heroes. So I wrote my first book, which is Just Once Farmers, in 2001, and that was such a fun project that I looked into what else I should write. So 5 years later, I wrote Never Give Up, which is the true story about a man from Ethiopia who rebuilt his life in Saskatchewan. He came here with $5 in his pocket and is actually now inducted into a Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame. And from there, I met other people, including Mary Bishop.
And this is Mary Bishop.
Mary's the author.
And I'm busy chatting over here.
She's the author of the Tunnels of Moose Jaw series, and we met at a workshop.
Yeah, we met at a self-publishing workshop, actually at the Carpans, down there. Good on. And when it came time for lunch, Deana said, "Who wants to go for lunch?" And there were about 30 people in the room, and it was like everybody stood up and poof, vanished. And it was just her and me, and I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, okay, what do they know about her that I don't know? And I kind of said, okay, sure, I'll go for lunch with you. And so yeah, it was love at first sight. We just had so many connections.
We have this shared interest in books, and in publishing Saskatchewan stories, and in writing, and in trying to get it out there. So shortly after that, a couple of years later, I guess, Mary came to me with her Seeds of Hope.
Yeah. That was the one that I wanted to try self-publishing on after having gone through all the Tunnels books. And so we worked together on that one.
So that's her fictional book. It's a lot of Saskatchewan agriculture. It's about a little guy growing up on a farm, wanting to stay there and be the next generation farmer. And then just 2010, the beginning of 2010, we released Moving Forward, which is her first true story that she's written about our Saskatchewan Paralympian called Begonia, from Porcupine Plain, Saskatchewan. And then in the course of all of that, my husband and I published these other books out of our home in Regina. So we are self-publishers. We publish my work, then we publish work by other Saskatchewan and Prairie authors, and then we help authors, including Mary, publish their work. So we've ended up with a lot of books that are true stories. We've got 2 books that are humor. Ron Petrie writes humor for the Regina Leader-Post, so we put a collection of his poems together. And then this is a brand new book, Letters to Jennifer, is actually written by Siamese cats. Letters that Siamese cats wrote to a friend to cheer her up while she's going through breast cancer treatment. And then these are all other books that other authors have written. A lot of them are true stories. We have, like I said, 2 books of humor, a book of fiction. We just love sharing the stories of prairie people.
And so how did you start up your self-publishing group there?
Well, it started by accident, I guess. I'm a journalist by trade, and I've been a freelance writer for 30-some years. And we returned home from a vacation, my husband and I, and there was a voice message on our answering machine from a journalist friend who said, "Hey, Deana, I was talking to people at the Weyburn Inland Terminal. They're wanting to publish a book for their 25th anniversary. They asked me if I knew anybody who would do this, who could publish a book and write a book. I told them you could, so phone them." And it was like, oh, okay. I've always wanted to write a book, didn't know what it would be about. Apparently it's going to be about the Weyburn Terminal. So as a journalist, I took the training in school at SAIT in Calgary, which is where I met my Regina-born husband. And I had taken the training in magazine writing, editing, layout, all of that sort of stuff. So I had the ability to do it. I'd already worked for different newsletters in Saskatchewan. I'd already done publishing and layout. So this was just a bigger version of what I'd already been doing. And from there, it's just sharing bigger magazine articles that I've been writing. So we love sharing these stories. It's great to hear the feedback from readers as well.
So you say that you publish out of your home.
We do the editing, we do the layout, we contract out the printing. And now we're actually vendors with Chapters Indigo, and we work with McNally Robinson, we work with library services, wholesalers, and we distribute and sell through them. But basically it's a mom and pop operation out of our home, and we do what we can to get those stories out.